Hi guys, hi teacher. Good evening. Um, I am the group three with Maria Luisa Iriarte, Manuel Alvarez, and Leonardo Cruz. I begin with the introduction, a brief introduction of the separation from the United Kingdom, Brexit, all of them. So the first thing that needs to be said about English identity is that it is very hard to define, and you need to know why. It seems that in the other part of Great Britain, Scotland, and Wales, the situation is different as far as national identity is concerned. And I then quote Professor Peter Mandel, who in 2006 wrote a reflection on the issue, stating the Scots and the Welsh are going their own way, leaving the English on their own and uncertain of who they are. Often it is said that the English have never had a very strong sense of who they are because they have been hidden for so long behind this largely institutional construct of Britishness. Um, the referendum did not change anything, and British society is more divided than ever. Some commentators even say that there is a civil war between two opposing visions of the country's destiny, identity, and sovereignty. On the one hand, there are those who have degrees or connections allowing them to occupy high-profile jobs in big corporations because they have benefit from the global economy. Most of them wanted the United Kingdom to remain in the European Union. They generally live in metropolitan areas and sometimes abroad. On the other hand, you find people who work in small companies, mostly in the service sector with part-time jobs or zero-hour contracts. It announced the progressive death of British industry, but also death the working class. Indeed, little by little, the factories closed as companies relocated in countries with cheaper workforce and unemployment decreased. Apart from globalization and political corruption, there is another aspect of the modern life which has had huge impact on how the English sees society. Additionally, the cultural narrative of Britain as distinct entity separate from continental Europe has been reinforced by various political movements and economic considerations, ultimately leading to the 2016 referendum and the complex negotiations that continue to shape the relationship between the United Kingdom and the European Union today.
Okay, very well. We can also see that due to many complex situations with with their culture, British people usually don't see themselves as part of the European culture. Most think that this comes from a sense of superiority, that they think they are better than others, or maybe that they think they are doing things better than others. When in reality, what happens is that they feel very disconnected and they feel separated from the rest of the European culture. Many people tend to refer to the British people as European, and this sometimes can trigger them as they do not feel as a part of this culture and they feel like they are British, not European. Something that may further influence in this, let's say, way of thinking or sense of culture is the currency they use is not the euro, it's the pound. So when they have to travel to other places, when they have to go to other countries, they have to exchange that currency for the one that they are going into. And that happens as well when they go to another part of Europe. Something that people say about that is that they are in Europe, however, they are not a part of Europe. They are not in Europe as a culture. They feel very disconnected. They feel very distant from these different cultures, and they see it as very different people, very different ways of acting. And while we revise some of the documents, some of the materials, and the videos we can watch, we find that it's not all about a sense of pride or a self or a feeling of self fulfillment. It's more about their culture. They feel very different and they feel very distant from them because many issues that have occurred or many traditions that they still have very deep rooted. And alongside this, we can also find the Brexit situation that, as of January 31st of 2020, fully separated the UK from the EU, which made them completely different, even legally speaking. So they do not have euro, they do not share the same currency, and especially they do not share the same values and they share and the same views as we have seen the Europeans share.
Well, and like Leonardo said, the identity of British are very difficult to describe because, for example, unlike the Scots and the Welsh, the English do not have a definite identity, and this could be thanks to the empire, which was so vast with different identities as well as being so changeable over time, and that there was no clear identity as it's constantly absorbed belief from other cultures. Also, being in the heart of the British Empire, and that um, the heart of the British Empire, they felt more British than England. And in addition, because of the empire was so large, and the English forgot that they had a country of their own. On the other hand, when the United Kingdom was part of the European Union, they did not accept many of the agreements that were made, like Maastricht Treaty in 1992, which was to integrate the countries and have a single currency, like Manuel said, and which they did not accept as they didn't accept. Also, and the Schiehen-Gießen Agreement in 1995 that eliminated the migratory control between those countries, but they don't adopt it. Mm, they did not. They did not seek sign the path to strength fiscal and discipline and deal with the economic crisis in 2011, and neither did they sign the Treaty on Stability, Coordination, and Governance in the Economy and Monetary Union in 2012. And it is for these reasons, political, historical, cultural, for the imperial fund of its participation in the Union that we believe that it has led the United Kingdom to its situation on Brexit.